a little less relevant now.
Yeah, Billy's only got one swamp in his deck.
He's got one swamp, one plains, yeah, 6 mountains. He could also catch him with, one color down.
I mean, just setting him back a turn while he's trying to build
He's got
something.
so many big monsters that he's going to rely on.
Right.
4 drops, 6 drops,
Exactly.
disintegrates. That'll get Moritz also ramp up his mana, let him be able to make more optimal plays, get him up to a point where maybe he can unmorph something like a Brine Elemental or hardcast another Errant Ephemeron.
So Jan Moritz Merkel playing his first Pro Tour ever.
Up a game
In the finals. First Pro Tour ever. He's now level 3. He's qualified for an entire season.
Gets $500 to offset his travel costs every Pro Tour.
Gets to go back to Hamburg and tell his buddies what it's like.
Taunt Kai. Let Christian lures know that slivers have been reprinted. Leads off with a Chromatic Star. Oh, there's the Shell Dweller.
Yep. Get a good look at, there's Call of the Herd in Merkel's hand.
I see a spell. I think I caught a flash of Ether Flame Wall there in Willie's hand. He may have actually brought that in. I thought he brought in 2 cards when we were watching him sideboard. I guess he saw how much attention Merkel paid to the Foul Shell Dweller, where he was willing to, use the effect from a transmuter to kill it. Then, maybe he's like, oh, maybe I should bring in more walls.
There's Search for Tomorrow as well.
So we're going to see the Thallid theme of his deck start to play out, it looks like.
No 2-drop from Merkel, also.
He does have Call of the Herd. So he has a 3 and a 4-drop. Again, Oh, I guess he did run something through Chromatic Sphere already. Oh, he ran that through Chromatic Sphere. Did he draw a card for that? And there's the Spore Sower.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Eddie's Spore Sower here. The Flashback Call.
Maybe he's going to flashback. I mean, he's no real advantage to Eddie. He's just stalling the inevitable. I mean, I think you might want to save it for a point where you're going to have interesting combat and, someone's holding back a blocker. Or, it seems like there might be a better situation for him to hold it back, but no, that's what he does. I think I'd rather see him develop his board there with a flashback call.
I agree.
Or maybe even play the Looter there. Yeah, the Looter and Coral Trickster could have dropped 2 guys onto the board. There's the Clockwork Hydra. Looks like we've almost got boxcars on the Shell Dweller. 5 minutes, the Cockatrice. There's your Looter. I'll be willing to bet this is a morph. Yep, flashing back call. Yeah, this draw just seems very flat now.
Yep. Jan Moritz Merkel has 2 Elephant tokens, a 4/4 Clockwork Hydra, and a Looter. Billy Edel has Cockatrice, Thallid Shell Dweller, Spore Sower Thallid, and now a Saproling.
Looks like he's holding on to a Germinator. think.
Why would you hold on to a German Eater?
He's maybe trying to figure out how he wants to play his grape shot turn.
All right, here's Terminator. Does have the option to grape shot something for 2, but that
doesn't seem terribly exciting, actually. He can just play his Ether Flame wall here.
Yeah, I was going to say, killing a looter's good, but the wall does the same thing. Looks like he's going to attack with Cockatrice and the Saproling. Oh, the Saproling. He wants to get a point of damage on something so that he can grape shot.
Right.
Kill an elephant.
Or kill a Hydra.
Right. The Hydra is attack or block. I think he's going to read.
Yeah.
But then the point, I would assume that Jan would use the point from the Hydra to kill the Saproling.
Right.
And so it would be...
So it would never deal damage.
Billy figures this out and serves with only the Cockatrice.
I don't
grape shots away the looter. You would just play the wall there instead?
I would just play the wall there.
Just doesn't want to risk getting hit by a looter. I don't know how he would... He knows the deck list. There's nothing that can get rid of the wall.
Well,
the Eddie's already in the graveyard.
The transmuter could...
Oh, the transmuter. How good do you think Clockwork Hydra is?
You know, I did a marathon session of one-on-one drafts with John Becker on the plane ride over here, and we argued about that card quite a bit.
Yeah.
He was taking that card first and second. I take it a little lower than that. I'm not a huge. I understand that the card's very powerful. I think that Jan took the card second in this draft.
I think that's right.
I had it with clock spinning. That seemed like a lot of fun. One-on-one drafts, you play with different cards than you might play with in a full draft.
There's the wall. Yeah, I think Hydra's good, but not great. I don't think you're happy to first pick it or anything.
It's not a sliver, so I'm not really a big fan of it.
You like to use some slivers, huh?
I do. It makes the draft fun.
If only there was a Hydra sliver.
That would have been a very flavorful card to have.
Hydra sliver?
All slivers become artifacts and gain tap to, and they lose a counter. I don't know. That's a little too complicated. Probably too much text.
There's the Trickster. We're running out of room on the table here. I like the way, actually, that Jan is ignoring the board and he's playing he's trying to take over the board. He's got his guys pushed forward very aggressively. Ben Rubin used to do this, where he would literally just monopolize 2/3 of the available play space to try to make his opponent feel sort of cramped and crowded and, vaguely uncomfortable for a reason they don't understand.
Well, we talked about that with Saito, where Saito would actually just sort of handling his opponent's cards. It's interesting. I've never thought about that aspect of high-level tournament play.
I mean, it's harder to do with a board like this, where the board's trying to put you back in your place. But I mean, Jan's leaning forward. He's sort of shoving his permanents very aggressively forward.
Look at how far up on the board his lands are.
Right.
Look how far back on the board Edel's lands are.
I mean, it sounds silly, I'm sure, but
I don't think it's silly. I mean, so much of this game is how sharp you can remain and how confident you are. And
right.
If you feel pressed back up on your heels, you might even look at their body. Look at their body positioning. They're like at parallel inclines with Merkel coming over the table and Edel leaning back. He's just attacking with everybody.
Yeah. What's he supposed to do? Sit there and wait for a million Thalids to come out?
When in doubt, right?
Turn them all sideways.
Your guys are bigger than all their guys. He tapped with one guy that was bigger.
Get in there.
I mean, if he sits around and waits, the Germinator is just going to get out of hand.
Right.
He's going to make combat completely untenable.
I think that's right. How would you block if you're Edel?
Let's see. I certainly... Is there a